Welcome to the big house, Michigan Stadium. Two behemoth conferences, bragging rights at stake, the SEC versus the Big Ten. It's the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Michigan Wolverines. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rose, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Michigan went through one of the most dramatic off-seasons we've ever seen in college football, but they have steadied the ship, hiring longtime head coach Kyle Whittingham, who is highly respected and highly thought of in this industry. Whittingham has brought some stability to that program. We'll see if he's able to get the same results on the field with a talented roster. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And the Wolverines will kick off first, and here we go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. So Alabama's offense onto the field first, and we'll see their opening script. They'll be matched up against one of the best secondaries in the country. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Timeout is called, and they got it just in the nick of time before the delay of game penalty. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The give. Oh, better look out. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
You'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Mack. Snagged in the middle. It's Hill. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
When this offense wants to, boy, they can go fast. After the completion and first down, right back to the line of scrimmage for more tempo.
And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for that.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this 3rd down. The offense changing the play. Mack from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play.
You want to start positive always. You want positive possessions. You want to try to get some points. But I tell you what, when it's snowing on the ground, you might want to come out and run the football a little bit more. This kind of weather, it will affect the ball game.
So Michigan's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And here comes Andrew Marsh. He's a good route runner, good solid hands, and a big part of this passing attack.
And what a treat, man. We get to see an elite wide receiver, a master at his craft, perform today. And obviously, nobody in the seats are surprised, right? Because this university continually pumps out guys at the spot. But, Jesse, I love the way this dude performs. I'm excited to watch him live.
You know, it was amazing. The three of us were walking around the facility yesterday, and you're just seeing all the names of receivers and all the memorabilia and the jerseys and the Blitnikoff awards. The tradition of the position at receiver at this school throughout college football history has just been elite, and this guy is the next one.
They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down. The penalty pushes the offense back for this second down. Pulls it on the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense.
They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front four to get the job done on third down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
The Wolverines will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. Looking for space. It's Hill. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They give it to him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
Caught, and he's got room. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
On the option. Now the pitch. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
Austin Mack. The sure hands, it's Edwards. Just discarding tacklers, punching and grinding his way to the 23. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5.
I tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They'll run it from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making the play.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Quick release on the RPO. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. The period, first down here. Handoff from the gun. There's a crease. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. Alabama pushing the tempo. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
I don't know if the quarterback... making the right decision on that RPO, guys. He might have wanted to hand that one off. Something he thought he saw in the right flat to attack, but obviously it wasn't there.
At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here. They're going to use a timeout instead. They're down to one timeout left in the half. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Using his feet. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They're in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Underwood on the play action. Caught behind the line. It's Marshall. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Man, you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers at a level the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays, they can run people over, they can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Second down coming up. Throwing, Underwood. Caught on the outside, it's Marshall. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Third and short now, they snap it from their own 46. Wide receiver comes in motion. The run inside, it's Marshall. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And the Wolverines decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The accuracy is perfect. The loft, the aim, like the perfect golf shot. The Tide ready to roll on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Play clock was down to 2 seconds, but they call a timeout. And now they'll have to go the rest of the half with no timeouts remaining. Keelan Russell. Pressure coming. Got his man. Breaks free, and he might be gone. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there. Alabama quickly back to the line.
And, you know, Alabama at the quarterback spot, obviously, you need that great player. When they've had the great player, these teams have been really, really great. The last couple years, man, you've kind of seen the inconsistencies come out at that spot. So finding that next guy, critically important.
It is critically important. I think what's interesting about Alabama at that quarterback spot, too, is a lot of other programs, they reload the position through the portal. But when you think about Alabama, they kind of grow it internally from guys they've recruited who have waited their turn and then finally show up. Ty Simpson was one of those guys. He waited his turn year after year to get his opportunity, and I think they feel like they've got the guys inside the building already that can take over the spot and lead this team to a national championship. Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Pulls it in. It's Rodgers. Inside the 35. Knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
Man, it's players over plays, isn't it? Like, find your guys, find your matchups. They keep finding him on this drive, and he keeps delivering. That's a really good job by the play caller. Don't try to get tricky. Don't try to outsmart yourself. Your guy is better than his guys.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. They'll try the left side. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Caught in the backfield, it's Rodgers. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. Now here's Russell. Complete. No, he got loose. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. The Crimson Tide move the sticks through the air. Let's see if they go back to it here. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looks as if he's going to run it. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point makes it 14-0. An 84-yard drive there. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. From inside his own 15, looking for room. And he'll be stopped. Return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football.
Makes the grab in their space. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. They've been completely lethargic in this first half, but finally some signs of life.
And we've seen it, Reese, throughout time, throughout college football history. You get that one big play, momentum starts to come in, and I don't know what it is. It changes everything. Maybe that's the play they needed to finally get some points on the scoreboard before the half.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Under fire. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think he'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down.
And coming into this game, talking to coaches, man, they were worried about how fast this defense was, how physical it was. And so far throughout this game, man, it's shown up. Like the speed, the tackling, the eye discipline, they've done such a good job owning this football game early. And it's on the offense now. They've got to find some answers.
The Alabama offense coming onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Flips it out in the flat. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Might be changing the route. Throwing Russell. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. The defense's head may still be spinning. They're just outside the red zone now. 1st and 10 from the 22. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Working that left side now. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll run it. It's Riley. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped. Alabama pushing the tempo. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Gets it to the back. Touchdown, Bama! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this...
Interception, and things are going from bad to worse.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And with the ball in a spot like this, David, they might try to get something on the board before the break.
Oh, great opportunity to be aggressive. Find those couple plays you like. Push the ball down the field. At least try to get a field goal here, Palmer.
That's it, David. Just a couple of first downs here could be enough to steal 3 points before this half is over.
Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Russell rushes on him. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. This will likely be the last play of the half. Back to throw, it's Russell. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
This offensive line is going to have to shore up this pass pro, guys. The last play they took a sack. This one they allow a hit on the QB, which forces the incompletion. 3rd down, you're going to be throwing it right here, you think, so O-line's got to step up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Snagged out of the air. Tried to find some running room, but there was none to be had, and he's well short. It'll be 4th and 5. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Ann Arbor. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the big house.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. Here's the return from inside his 10. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. What do they have to say coming out of halftime, Holly?
Hey, guys, I caught up with Coach Whittingham at the half. They are really thrilled with how their defense is playing so far. They knew coming in that they had a really tough opponent in the wide receiver on the other team, somebody who could change a game with one route. But their defense has been stout and solid. We'll see if they can continue to do that here as that wide receiver gets the ball here to start the second half. Back to you.
Okay, Holly.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
We knew coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go faster, seeing it here.
Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. The Wolverines are flying down the field. Here's Underwood to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Well, giving away 5 on the false start certainly doesn't help anything. Second and long coming up. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Wide receiver going in motion. Underwood. Here's the pressure. Quickly complete. He won't get there. 4th down. And the Wolverines will punt this one away. Oh, did he unload on that? It's like there's helium in that one. And he'd hope to pin him deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. Offense in a bunch formation. On the run, it's Riley. Turning it on. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. They go play action with Russell. Back open in the middle. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Looks as if the Crimson Tide will have the first down.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Alabama quickly back to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. They plow ahead with the run, but still more ground needed to pick up the first down. 3rd down coming. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. There's some room. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And that was a scintillating way to finish that one, a 44-yard touchdown run. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. So here comes the Michigan offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Throwing, Underwood. Flips it out on the screen. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Wolverines send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their... Quarterback may change this route. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. You give away 5 like that, it's hard enough to make first downs. 1st and 15 here. Russell. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. A little release to the back. Could not make his way to the corner.
Man, you gotta love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football, but he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Hauls it in, looking for space. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. Oh, they're after him, and they got him.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And the Wolverines with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
Loss of 6. Brings up 3rd down.
Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Play action with Underwood. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. The Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Back to the ground game on the left. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Russell on play action. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Unleashes one. He's got him wide open. Lots of running room. And they'll bring him down after the long completion, a chunk play for the offense.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you could just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think is going to continue to grow.
After that huge play, let's see if they can punctuate it. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. From the red zone, it's Riley. Pickup of 5 is now 2nd and 5. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Maybe some room here. He'll be forced out of bounds, and they're showing confidence in their running game in the red zone.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Alabama pushing the tempo. Throwing Russell. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown time.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called. Defensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been, they're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he makes the extra point. So a drive there of 84 yards.